what I've got here is the 2014-2015 Burton Process. Now the Process has been around in Burton's range for a few years now, and it basically sits below the Custom in their sort of twin freestyle range of boards. It's not quite as stiff as a Custom, but it's still favoured by, you know, big freestylers like UC Oxen and people like that. They've actually had it in two different camber profiles for the last few years. There's been normal traditional classic camber, and then there's also the Flying V, which is a sort of slightly mellower hybrid camber, and you've always had the choice between the two of which one you want to have. Now they've actually gone for a third one. This one's called off-axis. Now, so as the name suggests, it's actually an asymmetrical shape. The heel and the toe edge are slightly different. The frostbite edges the Burton use have been calibrated differently on each side. And as you can see here on the front, it's just got left foot, right foot. There is no nose and tail, it's a true twin style. So that's one thing about this board. And the other thing is that it's got a camber profile between the feet, and then it's flat underneath the feet, slightly flatter underneath the feet, then it comes up like normal at each end. So it sits somewhere between the other two profiles that were already available. It's probably closer to the camber style one though. So you're probably thinking, you know, two camber profiles already, is there really a need for a third one? And having tested it, I would say, yeah, maybe not, but I actually really like this one, and I do think there is, you know, there is definitely a bit of room in the middle of the two cambers there. So while it might not be the most essential change that Burton are going to bring this year or any year, it's definitely a lot of fun. I absolutely love this board. The conditions I had for this were pretty variable, but I find myself just wanting to test it as much as possible in pretty much anything. I kind of looked at it as like Bruce Willis in the film Unbreakable, where he's trying to see just exactly how much he can lift and how much he can endure. It was like, can it go through that? Can it go through this? Can it go this fast? Can it do this? And it just held up in everything. You know, it's really, really solid all-rounder. I would say that the asymmetrical side cut, you don't really notice it that much. You know, I'm sure it has an effect because I definitely enjoyed the way it turned on both sides and had minimal heel chatter on the heel edge in particular. So while it's not something you'll be very conscious of while you're riding it, it must do something right, because it's a great board to ride, really, really fun, and I just didn't want to give it back.